USD 435 update on Eagle Community Television is brought to you by Memorial Health System Rehabilitation and Sports Medicine. Memorial Health System Rehabilitation and Sports Medicine will get you back in the game. Century Business Systems. Century Business Systems provides local service, competitive pricing, and simplified solutions for all of Abilene's copier and printer needs. Rivendell Bookstore, Abilene's only new and used bookstore, supporting USD 435 and its surrounding community. Abilene Physical Therapy and Sports Rehab. At Abilene Physical Therapy and Sports Rehab, wellness is your goal and our mission. You're more than a patient, you're family. Reynolds Real Estate. Buying or selling a home? Call Reynolds Real Estate at 263-7151 to speak to our professional realtors today. The Brian Teichman Agency in Abilene. Come see the Brian Teichman Agency in Abilene for all your insurance coverage under one roof. Pursue your dreams. We'll protect them. And Eagle Communications. Our community connected.
Hi, I'm Dennis Weiss for Eagle Communications. Welcome to a USD 435 update. We have Superintendent Denise Guy to kick this thing off this morning.
Glad to be here.
Moved into Eisenhower Upper Elementary.
We are, I would say, 98%. Today is January 6th, so tomorrow the kids show up and should be a pretty fun day.
Oh my, the level of excitement over there is going to be really high.
Yeah. So it went very well. I thought maybe I'd take this opportunity to put in a few plugs, a few thank yous, because there was a lot of people that were involved in this move. And you know, it starts out with the community. We're thankful for the community for allowing us to build and have a new school for our 4th and 5th grade students. So thank you, community, for that. Also, of course, Mr. Maneely and his staff are rock stars. You know, they had the hard part of the work. They had to pack everything up, and then we had someone come in and move it to the building. But then they had to unpack, and some of the rooms look, well, all the rooms look really nice, so that's good. And then Dave Canfield, you know, he's kind of one of those silent folks in the background that just works his tail off, trying to make sure that everything goes well in the maintenance in the grounds department. Mike Leiby, all the technology, the telephones, the networking, and all those things that go into it. He's worked hard. We got a new kitchen, so Kylene Harris and her staff worked hard to make sure our kitchen is ready to roll. Chris Parton, you wouldn't think the transportation director would be involved in this, but he is, because we've had to put together a new transportation plan. So I want to thank him as well. You know, some agencies in the community that are, in my opinion, just invaluable, and that is our police department and our fire department and the city of Abilene. They've just worked really well with us to get through this process. And then, you know, the guy that makes it all happen on the grounds is from Coonrod and Associates, and his name is Bob Austin. And literally, I think he has lived there the last 2 months. Just always on site, always helpful. You know, his goal is that we have a great building to move into, and he's accomplished that. So
it's awesome to have that contractor that's just right there, spot on with what he's supposed to do, isn't it?
He's done a great job. Our architects, HTK, have designed us a beautiful building. It looks very nice. The lighting is wonderful on it. So I just want to thank all of those folks. I've had a lot of questions about Garfield. You know, what's the next step for Garfield? And the board's intention is to sell Garfield. We are right now currently just researching all of the regulations and laws that apply when a school district sells a building. And we'll work on that this spring, and hopefully you'll see more information about open houses and those kinds of things come spring and summer.
I saw that Mr. Leiby had some young folks helping him move things. That was cool. I appreciated Colton's comment that he had worked for him a lot longer than the other guy had, which means his entire life, I think was implied. But you know, one of the tours that you gave us when we were over there with a camera, I was looking at the opportunity to wire that place while it was open and the new construction that allows you to do that. I thought, gosh, this is so much better than it used to be in the old day with wood and drywall.
Right.
It's just tremendous opportunity to put a network together over there in that steel construction.
The trays and things that are
place.
lined out. Yeah. It is all coming together very well. There will still be some things, obviously we're going to have to plant grass in the spring, and some detail work that's going to continue on for the next few weeks. But all in all, we're ready to roll. So
there you go. Education happening in a new place.
Yeah.
A new name, which I think is fantastic. I again commend people who put Eisenhower on that building. That'll live a long time in this community.
Yeah. Just another couple updates. While Garfield was moving over to Eisenhower, we also had our office space at the middle school change locations. So now when you walk into the middle school, you'll be directed into the new offices. And that is a secure entrance now, and you will be able to go out into the building if you've checked in. So we're currently getting that in place as well. The other part that happened over break is we have began the demolishing part of our old auditorium. So right now when you walk into our old auditorium, it is empty, and there are walls coming down, probably as we speak right now, in different areas where we're putting some new doors in and some things like that. So that's also occurring right now. They hope to have the auditorium completed so that we can move the weight room into that space, so they can begin to work on a stairwell that is an exit for the gym on the southeast corner of the gym. So a lot of things going on, and lots of work happening.
Was so pleased to sit in the same row with you and your family for another fantastic performance of our music department, both vocal and band. The last performance in that auditorium.
Yeah.
Wonderful performances. Great. Great to see that crowded stage, but so looking forward to seeing an even larger number of kids on a stage that will hold them. That's going to be very cool.
Which is a great segue into the guest we have here today, and I just want to introduce Mr. Will Burton. He is our Activities Athletics Vice Principal. He wears many hats up at the high school. If you're at an event, you will see him at that event working hard. He is probably, I would guess you're the biggest event planner in the community. Because you plan events about every night of the week and on weekends a lot of times. So he works hard. We're so pleased to have him as part of the district, and he's got some information to share with you about athletics and extracurricular activities.
Okay, so we're going to take a short break, and then we're going to play Red Rover, send Will Burton right over. We'll be right back. Dennis Weiss, USD 435 update, back with Will Burton. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, Dennis. Thanks for this opportunity.
I have one question, then I'll just gonna let you talk. What at the high school don't you do?
I don't teach English.
Okay, there we have it. Don't teach English. Everything else
that's probably to the benefit of our student body. With that,
you have a math background?
Yes, I have. My original bachelor's was in math education, and taught that for 11 years, and now I'm in my 11th year as assistant principal and activities and athletics director for Abilene High School.
So all the years I drive to work and I see you standing in the middle of the street saying good morning to kids and making sure everybody's safe and sound, you're really counting them and doing the metrics on performance as they walk and how many steps and the length of stride and
not quite.
Not
quite. That's the beneficial part of the day is in the mornings and getting to greet students and welcome them to a new day of learning and of being at Abilene High School and hoping that day is better than the day before.
Absolutely. So enjoy seeing our National Guard volunteer Kurt standing out in the street in the morning with a crossing guard sign.
Yeah.
Community stepped up in a surprising way there.
He has. Sergeant Wassenberg with the National Guard has been wonderful for us and volunteering his time to be our morning crosswalk guard there on 14th Street.
Very cool. Great community. It's an opportunity to share in a way that's unique, and it makes me pleased for our community that he stands there in the morning.
Yes, and the students are very appreciative as well.
All right, winter sports is happening. Big time going on with wrestling and basketball, and you're very busy.
Yeah, we're last night we got started off again to start 2016. So
played 6 games.
We had 6 basketball games in Chapman last night. We'll go to Marysville on Friday, and our wrestling will go to Harrington on Saturday, and that's on the athletic side. We have 6 novice debate qualifiers for the state novice debate in Washburn Rural on Friday and Saturday.
Super.
So very encouraged by that. We have 4 that have qualified for the experienced 2-speaker debate tournament next weekend, or a week from this coming weekend.
Okay.
So good things there. Scholars Bowl's going on right now. Lots and lots of activities.
Yeah, interesting. I was fortunate enough to get to be a judge for one of the debate tournaments that was held here in Abilene last year.
Mm-hmm.
Really good experience. I was puzzled by the number of kids that showed up from all sorts of places in the novice side, and what they thought they were going to do versus what they actually did. You know, and it was a reminder to me that, you know, everybody has to start somewhere. Right. And I thought it was very cool that they had a group set up to allow people to come in and frankly give it their first try. It was quite clear some of these people just were, hey, I think I'll go try this. They had really not much idea of what was about to happen, but you know, I tried very hard before they left they had some idea of what was supposed to happen, and what a valuable skill it is.
It is. It's definitely higher order thinking.
Mm-hmm.
When you're within the debate, you have to adapt, and things change. It is organized. It's not just stand and argue. Mm-hmm. There are speaker roles within it, and what you try and accomplish, and strategies, and it's an offense and defense, just like in football or basketball, only with words instead of plays.
Right.
And
yeah. So tell me a little bit about the nuts and bolts of all of the things you do, Will. This is USD 435 update. 435 is entrusted with the children in our community for public education. You're sitting here on camera and we're talking about basketball, wrestling, debate. Tell me your vision of education as it revolves around extracurricular activities and activities that cross those boundaries like debate and forensics.
Okay, well, let's just start out with what we offer.
All right.
Okay, and at Abilene High School, we offer 31 different extracurricular activities for students. So we have a wide range. We're a member of the Kansas State High School Activities Association, but not all of our extracurriculars are governed by that agency. Our sports are, so you're talking about football, volleyball, boys and girls tennis, boys and girls cross country, boys and girls basketball, wrestling, boys and girls track, golf, baseball, and softball. Okay, those are the sports through the Activities Association. Also governed by the Activities Association are our non-sport activities such as Scholars Bowl, debate, forensics, instrumental music, vocal music, cheer, dance, student council. Okay, some would say that cheer and dance are sports with as active and the physical part of those, and I would tend to agree with that. It's just that the Activities Association labels them as non-sport. We have national organizations like FBLA, FFA, FCCLA, National Honor Society that are chartered groups with national organizations. And we have clubs, German club, Spanish club, art club, Spurs, and powerlifting. So you put all that together, we have 31 different opportunities for our students to experience something extracurricular at Abilene High School. Some of them are athletic, some of them are academic, some are interest area related, some are competition based, some are direct curriculum extensions like your vocal and your instrumental music. Right. And we hope all of them are extensions of the classroom and learning environments for our students to outside of the classroom walls. Like I said, it's my 10th year in our CASHA, Kansas State High School activities year in, year out, we're right about 50% student involvement in at least one of their athletic activities. So that's a pretty high rate, but that does not take into account vocal music. It does not take Scholars Bowl. It does not take band, FBLA, FFA, FCCLA. So my best guesstimate is that we're probably in the 75 or 80% of our student body participates in at least one extracurricular activity while in high school.
I wonder how the word extracurricular came about. I think to my own school experiences, and I look at my son in your school today, and just those things are so meshed. What they learn in the classroom versus what they learn on the stage and what they learn on the field, it is learning.
It is.
Patterns, behaviors, thought processes, it's all learning.
And it is, and it's in different environments, and that's the key.
Bring different strengths out of different people in different places.
Exactly. I couldn't agree with you more. And when you can tap into something that someone's interested in, you're gonna get buy-in. And if you can get that buy-in, then you have an enhanced ability to see success. So why do we offer these programs? Like we said, area of interest for students. Being part of something larger than yourself. There's the camaraderie and the social side that goes along with being a teenager and learning to work well with others. We try and promote citizenship, sportsmanship, improve life skills, develop character. Those are all goals of those programs. And we talk about character. There's character in winning. There's character in losing. There's character in enjoyment. There's character in having to deal with diversity. So you're playing across several emotional fields in those extracurricular environments. That the Activities Association has a formula that says academics plus activities equal curriculum partners, and then that's that mesh that you were talking about.
All right.
And some quotes that I found is, a good, well-rounded education means not only the one that is academically oriented, but one that also includes physical, social, and emotional development. These are available through good school activities programs.
I find it interesting. We have examples of people who went to Abilene USD 435 and went on to do other things in the world. And I think of one of our most recent, Cody Whitehair. Okay? Very successful offensive lineman at K-State, right?
Very true.
I read what his coach says about him. He says about this much about his ability to block. And he says this much about who he is as a person and his character that he brings to the team. That character was developed here with his family and with his high school family before he went to K-State, which is why Coach Snyder recognizes it and says that is important to him. We play a part here at USD 435 in character development and sports and other extracurricular activities, debate, forensics, band, vocal, all of the things you mentioned are opportunities that we get to choose what we do.
Exactly.
Both as adults and as students. I often make a comment, Will, that once greatness is found, it doesn't matter where a person finds greatness. Greatness, once is found, will spread to the rest of their life. It has to. But finding it is different places for different people.
That is very true. And we hope that with it, we have a broad range of extracurricular activities. Like I said, we have the athletic, we have the academic, we have the organizations and the clubs. Finding that interest level and being able to, if one thing's not working for you, being willing to adapt and try something else is the key, because that's where you're going to be able to tap those things. I relate this back to, I played sports in high school, but I wasn't very good at them, in all truthfulness. And I got into debate and forensics, and I found success, and I use those skills more on a daily basis now as an adult than I ever did throwing a football.
Sure.
So it's expansion willing to try new things, having an environment where you can do those and learn to deal with some things.
We've got a couple minutes. I'm going to ask you about a 5-minute question.
Okay.
But we're going to say this is Will Burton. This is his face. You'll see him on the street all the time, so you can ask him for the full answer. But this is going to be, I'm going to toss it up in front of you. How much money do we spend on these activities, and is it worth it, Mr. Burton?
The numbers shown that were provided to me show that we spend about 5% of our general budget on extracurricular activities at Abilene High School.
The whole
circle. not just sports, but all of our activities, and that's resources, equipment, salaries, what have you, all involved into the structure that's important.
75% of your kids thereabouts involved somewhere.
I would say at some point. That's our after-school program at the high school, if you want to look at it that way. That's our community involvement. I mean, look at schools that are looking at consolidation. The communities don't want to give up their school because that's their identity. And I think in Abilene, there's a lot of pride in our schools. And that's an identity. And people rally around, they want to know how the kids are doing and what's going on with their teams. And that's a reflection of the community. And that's a very vital part. And you get that we host events, and that brings people into Abilene, and we can show off what we have when we bring outsiders in. And the University of Kansas did a study about 5 years ago on what is the importance of extracurricular activities, not just athletics. And they compared people who participate to people who don't participate. And what they found was GPAs higher in those who participate. Graduation rates higher in those who participate. Dropout rates lower in those who participate. ACT scores, a little bit of mixed results, but state assessments higher in those who participate. And it was consistent across the board, no matter gender, socioeconomic status, what have you, because participation in those is a privilege. It's not a right. And we know that every student has a right to a public education, and then they take that for granted. But when they have to meet academic requirements and they have to work harder to obtain that privilege, we're seeing positive results on the academic side of that correlation.
So you're the vice principal up there sort of thing too, Guy, right?
Right, yes.
Okay, so answer my question directly. Is it worth it?
Most definitely, it's worth it.
Very good.
Some days can be frustrating, but it's most definitely worth it.
All right. Well, Will, thanks for coming.
I appreciate the time.
Always good to have you on camera. Even better to see you walking the halls or walking the street doing what you do for USD 435. You're a good guy. Glad to have you on our team.
Thank you.
All right. Folks, we hope you've enjoyed USD 435 Update. Great place for you to come. Ask these questions to these people when you see them at Country Mart. We hope you have a great day. For Eagle Communications, I'm Dennis Weiss, Will Burton. Thank you.
USD 435 Update on Eagle Community Television is brought to you by Memorial Health System Rehabilitation and Sports Medicine. Memorial Health System Rehabilitation and Sports Medicine will get you back in the game. Century Business Systems. Century Business Systems provides local service, competitive pricing, and simplified solutions for all of Abilene's copier and printer needs. Rivendell Bookstore, Abilene's only new and used bookstore, supporting USD 435 and its surrounding community. Abilene Physical Therapy and Sports Rehab. At Abilene Physical Therapy and Sports Rehab, wellness is your goal and our mission. You are more than a patient, you're family. Reynolds Real Estate. Buying or selling a home? Call Reynolds Real Estate at 263-7151 to speak to our professional realtors today. The Brian Teichman Agency in Abilene. Come see the Brian Teichman Agency in Abilene for all your insurance coverage under one roof. Pursue your dreams. We'll protect them. And Eagle Communications. Our community connected.